All right, getting comfortable on camera. Let's talk about it. Let me start with just saying this. If somebody makes it look easy, that means that they're a master. A lot of times we assume that we can do something to the same standard as someone else who makes it look so easy. And talking on camera is one of those things, especially because video content is taking over the world, over the internet, over everything. And now being able to communicate on camera is almost essential in marketing your business and branding yourself and taking your business to the next level. So honey, we finna learn some tricks of the trade, but I also just wanted to start this video keeping it 100% real with you that you are going to have to practice. You are going to have to put in the reps. But I am going to share with you because I am experienced. I've been talking on camera for a very long time. I studied broadcast journalism at Howard University. I went on to work at National Geographic as a digital correspondent, so I was talking on camera then. I interned at news companies. I did a lot of stuff before I started this channel that helped me build my skills, gave me reps to build my confidence on camera muscle. And so I want to share some of those things with you today. So let's get right into it. First thing I want you to do is practice speaking fluently in your regular conversations. You would be so surprised at how broken we speak when we're having casual conversation, but this really plays a role when you're trying to speak on camera and you feel like you can't get your thoughts out clearly. You feel like you're constantly going off on tangents. You feel like you just can't find the right word. You're always searching for the right word, or you rewatch it and are like, why did I say that like that? So practice speaking clearly, fluently, articulating in your regular casual conversations. And the second tip, you're gonna have to take this a step further, okay? So pick a random topic and then speak about it for 1 minute straight in your mirror. These are really good exercises to do if you are somebody who is really nervous and awkward and feel like speaking in front of the camera is just weird. It's a weird relationship that you have with the camera. Yes, it's a relationship. And it kind of feels similar to just talking to yourself in the mirror. So if you can get comfortable just talking to yourself in the mirror about a random topic, this is also a great time to practice number one, which is speaking fluently in casual conversation. So if you say, I'm going to talk about coffee and explain how I make my coffee to yourself in the mirror, it's also a way to kind of make you feel like you're talking just to another person, another casual person, to relax your nerves, to practice something that feels a little bit awkward, but it's not being recorded and ain't nobody gonna hear you but you. So time yourself for 1 minute and speak about how you make your coffee in the morning, or some random thing about your dog. Whatever topic you want to talk about for 1 minute, and do this on a regular basis. Okay, let's talk cameras. It is so important for you to pick a camera that is easy to use. If you are someone who is just nervous on camera, the worst thing that you can do is buy a camera that is difficult for you to use, that is just going to associate recording video content with dislike and frustration, okay? This portion of the video is sponsored by Nikon because y'all already know I am obsessed with my Nikon Z30. It is such an incredible camera for content creators, and here's why. I'm actually recording this video on it so you can see how pristine the quality is. But it is just such an easy to use camera. It's easy to love because, for one, it is easy to use. It is such a beginner friendly camera, very intuitive, and pretty much out the box, they have some really solid settings already on the camera. So if you're like, I don't know what type of settings I need to use, you can pretty much take it out the box and start recording pretty quickly. It's just a great dual camera. Like, you can use it for sit down videos, you can use it for vlogs. It's extremely lightweight but durable, so when you're like throwing it in your bag or you're holding it in your hands to vlog, it feels very comfortable. And if you're not a beginner, or if you end up advancing in your video content creation. This camera is one that you can grow with. They have a lot of custom setting features. It also has an interchangeable lens. So if you're like, okay, I'm ready to upgrade my lens, you are able to grow with this camera. You can just swap the lens out. I've been using this camera roughly for about 6 months now, so I can confidently speak on the fact that it is worth it. It's comparable in price point to other creator style cameras, but the details in this one just blow all of the other ones out of the competition, honestly. I think that one of the features I love the most is that when you are recording, it has a red light in the front so you know if the camera is recording. The worst thing is when you think you're recording and the camera is not recording. So they have little touches on the camera, like you can take the battery and the memory card out, you can change those out while not having to take off the tripod. You know, it's just like little details that I feel Nikon really paid attention to creators and what we need and put it all in this camera. So if you are interested, you're looking for a beginner-friendly camera, something that has great quality that you can use for vlogs, sit-down videos, short-form content, then I highly recommend checking out the Nikon Z30. And I know some of y'all be DMing me like, Erin, do you really like the Z30? Is it really all that? You be talking it up, but what you really think? Honey, it is it. So check it out in the description box down below and let me know if you have any questions about it. Now, once you get your Nikon Z30, what I want you to do is name her. You need to name her. Mine is named Nikki. I know, N-I-K-K. I couldn't not see Nikki. Like Nikki the Nikon. It just go together, okay? But I think naming your camera is really important because it allows you to feel like you're just talking to a person. Like I'm talking to Nikki right now. And what you can do to take this name a step further is to actually write down like, who am I trying to reach on the other side of this camera? Like, what does that person look like? Is she a woman? Is she a mom, a new mom who just had her first baby and is like stressed out right now and needs to escape? Like, what does the woman or the person on the other side of your camera look like? What are they going through right now? And then let that name correspond with all of those characteristics. So I know what Nikki looks like, who is sitting on the other side of this camera, and I feel like I'm having a cup of coffee with you, girl, and I'm just telling you some advice from my experience. And so I want you to think about how you can make this experience more personable to you. Feel good, feel like a conversation, and one way you can do that is by naming your camera. Next thing is look and feel comfortable. You don't have to dress in clothes that are not comfortable to you. That's gonna make you more stiff, more nervous. It's gonna feel like you're preparing for something much bigger than what it actually needs to be. Like when you are going to present a work presentation and you put on a full-fledged suit and you're getting ready, and a lot of times that's when your nerves start boiling up. So when you're getting started and you're trying to really just get comfortable on camera, I encourage you to just dress in the most comfortable way you can. I'm currently cuddled up in my like super comfortable lounge set, and do it in a place where you feel comfortable. If it's not sitting in a designated space like this, if maybe you are more comfortable on the couch or in your bedroom or, you know, wherever, on a yoga mat, like do it in a place and with whatever you want to wear that is most comfortable for you. One thing that you can do, because I know that talking to the camera directly like this can be very intimidating, is to start with voicing over. Now, the thing is, the caveat is, voicing over content takes a lot of visual recording. You are gonna have to record a lot of video in order to have enough content to voice over. So if you love to give cleaning tips and you don't want to sit and talk, but you want to like show yourself cleaning, you're gonna have to get a lot of different angles. You're gonna have to shoot a lot of cleaning video in order to have enough to actually voice over all of the points that you want to share. So voicing over does take the pressure off of feeling like you have to talk directly to the camera. You don't know if your sentences are sounding right. You're just too nervous. Try this method, but also realize that it's not less work, it's just a different type of work. And this is probably my biggest and most important tip. Well, kind of. I feel like that's a little bit dramatic, but a big major thing that you want to do is to keep talking even if you mess up. One of the biggest mistakes you can make is to constantly start over and start over and start over and feel like, oh shoot, I didn't say that one right. Let me start this one back over. Oh shoot, I messed this point up. Let me start back over. And you keep starting the whole take all the way over. Like you start the entire video over. If you mess up one little sentence or you stumble, it is okay. You are human, okay? So don't feel like every single time you stumble up on a word or lose your train of thought that you have to start the entire video over. What I recommend, for one, is to start that sentence or that section over. Don't start from the beginning, because then you're gonna lose all the great stuff you said the first time, and now you're constantly, like, you're now overthinking everything and you just fumble the entire thing. Most of the time, your first take is going to be one of your best takes. So get through the first take. Even if you mess up, you can always edit. And that is the beauty of creating video content. And preparation is key. You want to always have an outline for your videos. If you have an outline, you're prepared, you know what your talking points are going to be, and you are able to fluidly go through the video. Look down at your notes, look back up at the camera, continue talking, and it just keeps you on track and makes you feel a lot more confident in your delivery. Ultimately, I want you to know that talking on camera and being on camera is going to take time to master. Do not be so hard on yourself. Do not compare your on-camera presence to someone who's been doing this for 5, 10 years, who is a master at talking on camera at this point, who also, you know, you're gonna look back on these videos and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, look how much I grew. Think of it as a growth diary that you are giving to yourself. And so this is a skill. This is going to take time. You didn't learn how to cook overnight. You didn't learn how to do whatever your job is overnight. It took time. So get your reps up, do the videos, talk on camera, do the voiceover, whatever way you need to get your reps in, because ultimately that is the thing that's going to get you the most comfortable, is the practice. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you are interested in joining my eBrand Creator College, I will leave all of the information down below, because we have lessons on how to perfectly script your YouTube videos. I share my methods in that video in depth, and I am just so excited to share with all of the content creators who are ready to just, you're tired of hearing all of this advice, you are ready to get in action. That is what this program is created for. So if that sounds like your jam, I will leave all of that information in the description, and I will see you later. Bye for now.